Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today we are going to talk about John Keats' life and work in chronological order. Let's start. 1795. John Keats is born in London on October 13, the oldest of four children of a stable keeper. 1803. Keats begins attending John Clark's School at Enfield. He is distinguished by his small stature and somewhat confrontational disposition. 1804, his father Thomas Keats dies from injuries sustained in a fall from a horse when Keats is only 7. 1810, Keats' mother dies of tuberculosis. The Keats children are placed in the care of a guardian, Richard Abbey. 1811, Keats leaves Enfield School and begins an apprenticeship with Sergeant Thomas Hammond at Edmonton. My mouse is not working properly. Sometimes it is scrolling over and above, sometimes below. I don't know why it gets crazy. 1812, Keats begins composing poetry. 1814, Keats writes Imitation of Spenser, his first known poem. 1815, Keats enters Guy's and St. Thomas's hospitals in London as a medical student. 1816, On Solitude is published in The Examiner. In July, he passes his examinations, making him eligible to practice as an apothecary. In October, he writes on first looking into Chapman's Homer. He chooses to pursue poetry instead of medicine, but continues his studies to become a surgeon to avoid confrontation with his guardian. Keats meets Leigh Hunt, who influences his decision to pursue a career as a poet. It is a very important point in his life. 1870. His first volume, Poems, is published in March but receives little attention. He moves to number 1 Will Walk Away with his brothers George and Tom. In April, he travels to the Isle of Wight and begins Endymion, which he finishes in November after his return. In December, he meets William Wordsworth. Again, it is very important. 1818 begins the year attending lectures by William Hazlitt. His brother Tom begins to show signs of tuberculosis. In February, he begins Isabella or the Pot of Basil. This name is very important. Isabella or what? The Pot of Basil. Endymion, a poetic romance, is published to mixed reviews. Summer, toured the Lake District and Scotland with his friends Charles Brown. Fall, Tory periodicals harshly criticize Endymion. Keats meets Fanny Brown and begins Hyperion. December 1, his brother Tom dies. Very sad incident. Keats goes to live with Charles Armitage Brown in Hampstead. 1819, January. He writes The Eve of St. Agnes. April, May. Writes La Bella Damson's Mercy, OdeToANightingale, Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode on Melancholy. Summer. Travels back to the Isle of Wight, writes the play Otho the Great, and finishes half of Lamia. September. At Winchester with Charles Brown, he finishes Lamia, revises Hyperion, and writes To Autumn. 1820, February. Keats suffered a severe hemorrhage, marking the beginning of his health decline. Becomes engaged to Fanny Brown. July, his final volume, Lamia, Isabella, The Eve of St. Agnes and Other Poems, is published. September, sails to Italy in a final effort to regain his health, accompanied by Joseph Swan. November. Arrives in Naples and moves to Rome, staying at the Piazza di Spagna. 1821, February 23, Keats dies at 11 pm in Rome at the age of only 25. He is buried in Protestant cemetery in Rome beneath a gravestone, bearing the epitaph he composed. Here lies one whose name was written on water. This line is very important. It brings tears. Throughout his brief life, Keats demonstrated remarkable intellectual and artistic development. Despite his literary career spanning only 4 years and consisting of a mere 54 poems, he became recognized as a key figure in the English Romantic movement. His works are praised for their sensuous imagery, passionate tone, and insight into aesthetic and human concerns, particularly the transience of beauty and happiness. Though I feel that he is the most unhappy poet on this earth, from his childhood, father, then mother, then brother, one and then himself, one after another. So sad a story, so sad a life, but there are so many ways he can prosper. Okay, thank you for staying with me in this journey with John Keats. Have a good day.